What up, Bert?
What's going on, C? What's happening?
Nothing
Welcome
much, nothing.
back to another episode of Ball Perspective with my man Sevon, and I'm North Philly Mo. And we're going to try to give it to you how we give it to you. What's going on,
Yeah.
brother?
Look, nothing but the snow. You know what I'm saying? Snow.
Y'all snowed in down there, huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
The good
it
thing
is what it
about it
is,
is
bro.
the snow wasn't like wet snow where it kind of cling to, the power lines and snapping. So, most part none of the power is out. So that's
Mm-hmm.
good. It's just
Okay.
a lot of the, you know, surface streets are not cleared. So we'll see.
So the only thing moving down there is the plows, huh?
It's the only thing that's moving.
Damn.
Snow plows are moving, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's all good, though.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. So what you think about the Eagles search for the OC, man? You hearing that nobody wants to come and be our OC. What's up with that?
shit, I'm great. Put my hat in the ring because they get.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's. I didn't think Nick would keep his job, and I know he just won a Super Bowl last year. But what's evident to me is Nick is not an offensive guru. So if you're a coach that don't understand offense or don't understand defense, how can you be a head coach, right? So one thing I believe is they have to do it like, okay, Vic, you in charge of the defense and bring in an offensive coordinator, give them the autonomy that they need, and say you in charge of the offense, and then Nick sit in the middle and just manage the people. So they need to have three people in charge of the Eagles because Nick is not he doesn't have the aptitude to me to run an offense in the NFL.
But he
So
always want to put his 2 cents in the offense. And you
I
can
know.
clearly see it with some of the play calling. Some of that stuff is his stuff, man.
Yes.
So, like you just said, when it goes crazy like that, as an offensive minded coach, you're supposed to be the one that right the ship. You the one supposed to be able to say, okay, I'm taking over the play calling now. We're gonna do it my way and we're gonna do it the right way. But he can't do that.
Nope.
So you get, these offensive coordinated candidates that don't even want to come and coach in Philly because of that, because
Right.
of his 2 cents. Like you said, they got to have some sort of control over the offense without somebody else butting in. So we're gonna see how this thing go. It's not looking good. I
Right.
mean, I did see that we had a guy by the name of Sean Mannion that is the quarterbacks coach for the Green Bay Packers. I guess he's coming in for his second interview. So, hey, who knows him? Today was the first time I even heard anything about the guy, man. And he really don't have a whole bunch of offensive coordinator play calling experience. So here we go again. But I guess again we got to wait and see. He's just a candidate. I'm not saying he's the coordinator yet, but it's a strong possibility that he could be. Because when you start interviewing people more than twice, or twice or more, hey, strong chance they could be your guy. So again, we're gonna have to wait and see how that go. What you
You know,
think?
everybody got to start from somewhere, but I'm
True.
afraid because we have such talent on our team. You need a veteran play caller. I mean, I was an advocate for KP because
Mm-hmm.
I like KP,
Right.
but I can understand why he got fired. So because somebody had to fall on a sword, someone
Every,
had to. Um,
absolutely.
so I got that piece of it, but at the same time, Philly problem is they want to they want to control things. So from Jeffrey Lurie to Howie, they want to control the coaches. They don't want a coach that gonna come in and have their own thoughts. They want them to coach the way they want them to coach. And you can't hire someone and tell them to do X, Y, and Z and then tell them how to do it when you hire them for their expertise. That's why we got Nick anyway, because Nick is a puppet and they could tell Nick whatever they want to tell Nick and he would do.
Wow.
And top coaches is not doing that. They want to come in here. I have the resume. I did X, Y, and Z. I know what I'm doing. I understand football. I've been around the game. I've been mentored by some outstanding previous head coaches, so I know what I'm doing. Let me do my job that you're paying for. You sit up, in the owner's booth and be a owner. Howie, you give me the team, you tell me the team, and the team you give me, I go out there and perform. And if you allow me to do that and I fail, fire me. But don't restrict my ability to do my job. And then when it don't work out the way you want it to work out, then you fire me. That don't make sense. That's why we can't get no quality coaches in Philly. That's why they let Doug Peterson go, because Doug wanted to do his own thing, and rightfully
Hmm.
so.
I thought he earned that though. I mean, he won a Super Bowl. He won our first Super Bowl for us. You would think
But
that he would earn that.
all head coaches, when you hire them, earn that to me.
Hmm.
Now, personnel, maybe not, but how you run that team and coach that team, that is, I understand that. They talk about Jerry Jones is always butting in. Howie and Jeffrey Lurie must be butting in too. They just need to go and just sit down somewhere and let me earn the money you're giving me. So,
Let the coaches coach, right?
yes, yes, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's why we can't keep nobody in Philly. That's one of the reasons. And now that they're gonna go get another inexperienced play caller, and we're not gonna be good. I mean, I hope we will, but I mean, you're wasting talent. This is the same reason why we didn't win in the 90s and the 2000s. What Andy Reid is, because they wouldn't give us no wide receivers.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I mean, they
We
doing the
had
same
everything
thing
but.
again.
Hmm.
Yeah, they doing the
Everything but.
same thing. Give
Yeah.
us some good coaches here so we can actually, win some Super Bowls with this talent we have.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's
my thing,
it's
man.
just weird, man. I mean, that's the state of the world now. Control. Everybody want to control everything and everybody. It's like crazy, you know. Coaches, that's what they do. They coach. You have to give them the opportunity to coach. So you look at all this young coaching talent that don't want to come here and coach. There's got to be a reason for that.
Hmm.
Is it some sort of narrative that's been put out there on our squad to say, nah, you don't want to go coach in Philly? Yeah, because if you don't do good, your house gonna get egged or what have you.
Yeah.
You know, the media gonna get on you, the fans gonna
Hmm.
get on you. Well, when you don't do things the right way, you gotta expect criticism. But when you do it the right way, you're gonna get the love and respect that you deserve. I mean, that just goes with the territory. I don't care where you go and where you coach. If you don't do a good job, you're gonna get criticized. And you should. So getting a good offensive coordinator here, again, it's a wait and see process. Who's coming, right? And when they come, what are they going to do? Or what are they going to be allowed to do? Are they going to be
That's
allowed to coach, or are they going to be micromanaged at the highest level? That's what I'm looking at.
right.
And hopefully they're allowed to coach.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the point. If if my house is going to get egg, let it be under my terms and not nobody else's. If I'm gonna get criticized by the press, let it be because of my scheme. Let it be because of me, not because of someone telling me what to do. Nobody don't want to be a puppet.
Right.
I talked to one of my guys today, and I was telling him is, and he was talking about somebody wasn't doing X, Y, and Z, and I said that's not your colleague. He reports to you. So it's your job to make sure he does what he's supposed to do.
Right.
And that's the same thing. So if I'm a head coach, give me the autonomy to do my job. Not I don't need you looking over what plays you calling. All I need you to do, only thing I want you to do is tell me when you want me to go for fourth down. Because you're the head coach eventually. Okay, if
Mm-hmm.
the ball is on aisle 30, 35-yard line. It's like fourth and inches. Do you want me to go for it? If you say yes, I look at my playbook and call the play that is my fourth and inches play. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, bro?
Right.
That's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
That's what the head coach should do.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
But not butt into the play calling when you got an OC. Only if the OC is not doing what they're supposed to do and you're a great play caller, then do that. But other than that, let the coach coach. Let them do their thing. Because you can clearly tell when Nick is touching it. You can tell. Because it goes crazy. You
And
know?
this is how I knew we was in trouble. When Nick they designed a play, and they threw that pass, and Jalen hit AJ Brown in the end zone. What a dime! And then when he came back to the sideline, Nick was so happy. Good play, good play. You got to like that design. You got to like that design.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like this.
yeah.
I
Yep.
looked at that and said, these are amateurs. They are amateurs because nobody would have done that, bro. Nobody. It's almost like back in the day, if you shot a 3-pointer and you made it, you'd be like this. Look at that three I hit. Look at that three I hit. You know what I'm saying? You like
Yeah.
act like you've been there. When
Right.
he did that, I was like, oh, we in trouble. We in
Yeah.
trouble.
I mean, you pretty much been saying it the whole year.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I was the one that was like, nah, nah, nah. But shit, you was right, bro. Everything you said,
Yeah.
man. I just
Yeah.
didn't want to believe it because I'm like, come on, man. With all this
No,
talent we got, come on. But
but I agree with you, don't you? I mean, what you said made a lot of sense based off the talent we have. So don't beat yourself up. I mean, you should be optimistic, and you should be because they got so much talent. You thought at least they'd turn it around, right? You know,
that's what I thought.
yeah.
That's what I thought, man.
I
But
mean,
just didn't work out that way. But of course, I ain't gonna cry with spilt milk, man. It is what it is, man.
right.
We got to go back to the drawing board and do what we got to do. But first things first, we got to get a play caller. We
Yeah,
got to get a play caller. So
right.
whoever
Lucy,
that is, look, man, whoever you are, come in and do what you do. Don't come in with that bullshit. Just come in and do what you do. And like you said, hey, look, if the guy's inexperienced, hey, he's going to get some on the job training and hopefully it works out for him. So
yeah. I'm
it's
just so
just,
nervous with that
I know,
inexperience.
man. I
I'm
know.
nervous with that.
Who
Not
wouldn't really
another
want
year.
that job though? See, because normally if you come in and you do great, guess what? You're a head coach somewhere because somebody coming to snatch you. I mean, we done seen it over the years. Crazy thing is, Nick Sirianni got his own coaching tree. Because now you look at all these coaches that they are now head coaches, they coming from his tree. Believe it or not. So
Yeah,
yeah, man.
it's
I just
crazy.
want a
It's
guy
like
to
this.
come in and do what they do, bro.
Be like
Get
this. What
it
I was
done.
saying earlier, Lucy, you got some explaining to do. I know
Oh
for them
man.
young, I know for them youngins, they're like, "What
Yeah.
that mean?" Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's just like they, I
Hmm.
you can't have that much talent and not produce. And you know what? Everybody, it's not only on KP. Everybody plays a part in this.
Facts.
Um, and who I blame the most is KP, Nick, and Jalen. The reason why I give Jalen the beef is because some of them plays you have the autonomy to change at the line, or some of them plays you checked out of a run for a pass, or you checked out of a pass for a run. So what you saw. But if the game is not going the way you want it to go, as a franchise quarterback that is a dual threat, you should have made something else happen. If your offense is being stale, he should have fake a handoff and run 5 yards or 10 yards or try to do something. You know,
Hmm.
it bothers me so much with certain quarterbacks that's considered running quarterbacks. They want to get into their third and fourth year and stop doing what they did to get them where they are now. And that bothers me.
Right.
You want to be a pocket quarterback right now for what? Be the dual threat that you are and play your game. If you get hurt, you get hurt. But go down swinging. That's
Right.
why I blame Jalen.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't tell me that it wasn't opportunities where you could have pulled that ball down and ran for 4 or 5 yards. You refuse to do it. Yeah,
Hey,
that wasn't a play call, but god damn it. If you're gonna run the ball and you see an open better than Barkley, to take that opening. You know what I'm saying? Put it in his belly, yank it out, and run.
well, I
This
could
is
have.
like this is the lowest amount of rush. I don't know. I'm just guessing that
Yeah.
he had in his whole career.
I mean, you could see him sometime on the sideline, man, questioning the calls, man. Like, you sure? You sure? You sure you want to run this? And then you just go out there and do it. So
Yeah, but like I talked to Walt the other day. Walt was saying he need to stop being a damn robot. You know what I'm saying?
just play football, man. Just
Play
be
football.
you. Be you.
Just stop this. You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, looking at these teams that's in the Super Bowl, come on, man. You can't tell me that we shouldn't be there right now, bro. With the team that we had. Because if you looked at a lot of those games, we would only play good in one half.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. Like one half, it's like, oh yeah, world beaters. Then the second half, you get Jalen with no yards passing. You know what I'm saying? And the offense just goes stagnant. Just like all of a sudden, like somebody flipped the switch and said, "Doop, okay,
Right.
night night." Just like,
Yep.
and you're like, how? Like, how can a NFL team, a professional team, go to sleep like that in a whole half, whole 30 minutes?
They playing not to lose.
It just didn't look right to me, man. I'm looking at that and I'm like, is this really happening? And it really was happening. But
Like I said, this is. I'm gonna say something, and I don't believe it myself. What I'm going to say, but
mhm,
if Nick don't win next year or don't go far in the playoffs, he's done, and it's a possibility Jalen done
you think so?
because Eagles don't Eagles are different than other teams.
I get
They
it. I get that
but
part.
I'm gonna just say the Eagles might not be a Patriots or a Belichick type team,
Mhm.
but Belichick move off on you real quick. And I'm looking at just how Jalen played this year. And granted, I'm a Jalen fan. I think he's an outstanding quarterback, and it's a shame what I'm saying. But dude, you got to start making better decisions. Not with the football, like far as interception, fumbles, and all that. I'm not talking about that. You have to stop being a robot and be a franchise quarterback. And you got to give your team what you need, even if the offensive coordinator giving you some BS. You got to. I ain't saying go rogue and throw a ball down the field, get an interception. I'm just saying sometimes you got to be the spark. You got to be the spark.
I
So,
agree with that. But on the other side of that, the reason I would give Jalen more leeway is because he has a different offensive coordinator in his ear every year. And to be able to be able to make those adjustments of a new person in your ear like that every year, that's got to be tough. Like no other quarterback in the league goes through that. I mean, he has no continuity at the OC position. So that plays a big part in his development as a QB. I mean, damn, give him somebody that he could grow with for 2 or 3 years and then make a thorough assessment of who he is and what he could be. You can't really make a thorough assessment with a new offensive coordinator every year. He has to deal with new language, right? Everything is new. Some of the terminology might be the same, but shit, it's still new. So that's why I would give him a little more leeway. Now, if he was with a guy and he's been with this coordinator for like the last 5 years in a row, and stuff was going away like that, then yes, then you have to look at it totally different. But man, he got a new coordinator every year, bro.
Yeah, it
That
just
ain't
popped
fair to
up.
him.
They got the Giants' old coach. He going to Tennessee to be their offensive coordinator, Brian Dable.
Oh, Dayball.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's going to Tennessee.
Look, man.
That's crazy. So
Look, man. I look at it like this.
right.
Cats don't want to come to Philly, man. I think the main reason is because they can't deal with the media and they can't deal with the fans. That's it. Because why wouldn't you want to that's a dream job, bruh.
Yeah, but we don't want no soft ass anyway.
I get that. I get
I
it.
mean, if they can't handle the fans and the media, they should be out of football.
Yeah.
That's
I
some
agree with
sucker
that.
stuff. That's some stuff. I mean, you gotta have you gotta be better than that.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? That's a sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess there's a lot of soft people in the world these days, man. Can't
Cat-
take constructive
If
criticism. You know, people make
if
mistakes, man. You know.
the Eagles should go out and sign a female offensive coordinator
Oh man, that would be awesome. Especially if she knows what
because
she's doing.
yeah, not only
You
that, I
imagine?
mean,
Can you imagine that?
but these other nuts don't know what they're doing. I have see one thing I always say: ladies are more attention to details than men, and men will listen to ladies more than they will sometimes other men. I'm just saying it.
Yeah,
You
facts.
know, I mean, it's just weird. Like when I used to be a correctional officer, the inmates be acting a fool. Female lieutenant coming in, all right, shut up and get on your bunks. Everybody shut up and get on their bunks like their mother talking to them.
Yeah. It's the respect factor, man, for the female.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So I'm just saying, it just
Yeah.
they did. I mean, somebody got to break that barrier. I mean, just I
Yeah.
would love, because I think they more attention to detail, and they're not going to let certain things go. And right now, if they're going to get somebody inexperienced, I just have issues with getting someone that's inexperienced. That's all I'm saying.
Because you believe Nick is gonna put his 2 cents in it, especially if you got an inexperienced play caller.
Yeah, and they're going to bully them. They're going to be
So
bullied.
yeah, man.
So that's my issue. But
Well, look, I'm thinking we're gonna probably have what's the day? Day Tuesday. I think we're gonna have a
mhm.
play caller by the end of the week. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but look, man, we have to get somebody in there. And I know they're casting a wide net to try to catch the right person. But who is the right person? Like you said, got to take a chance on somebody. You know, you have to.
Yeah,
I mean, when Andy Reid first started, I mean, he didn't have a whole bunch of experience neither. Now look at him. So, hey, got to crawl before you walk. Right now, we back in the crawl phase. Get us somebody in there so they can start walking, and we can start winning again, man.
shit.
And everybody can be happy.
We need somebody fucking running.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Shit, I can get in there and walk. Shit,
Man,
I'm just
boy.
saying.
I mean, damn.
Yeah,
See, we were some athletes back in the day, bro. For
yeah,
real.
but
Back in the
coaching is
day.
a yeah, coaching is a hub, another thing. Don't
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
coaching. I mean, you have to motivate people, and you have to have people that believe in you.
True.
And like when I was talking to Walt the other day, Walt was saying, "Look, we need an offensive coordinator or somebody in the huddle on the sideline that's going to get up in somebody's grill and say, look, what are you doing? Execute the play, throw the ball, run the ball, do what you have to do." Because truly, there's no, that robotic thing that Jalen is doing, it needs to stop. He needs to be more animated. He needs to communicate to his team better. He needs to lead his guys better. Because like I was telling somebody the other day, is people always think that we need to hang out or we need to be together outside of the field and have a real true friendship. I don't think that
Just do
you
your
need
job.
that. I think you need people to be held accountable.
That.
See, for instance, you and I have been knowing each other shit ever since we was like 5 years old. So we know each other better than our spouses know us and all of that.
Right.
But if you did something wrong, I was like, "Oh, Bert, you shouldn't have did that." You know what I'm saying? Do better next time because we know each other. And I'm not saying, I'm just generalizing as an
Yeah.
example.
Hmm.
But if we didn't have that history with each other, it would probably be more accountability. Like, that shit was effed up that you did. That didn't make sense. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm holding you accountable, or I'm pulling you on the carpet for what you did. And I think that's what we need. The
But I thought we
friendship
had
stuff is
that
cool.
culture. I thought we had that. I thought we had it.
I don't think maybe the Georgia boys have it. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe the Georgia boys have it, but as a team, I don't think we have that. I,
Hmm.
I, I just don't know. Nobody's holding these guys accountable for anything. You know, Nick want to be their friend. Nick want to wear their jersey after they dropping goddamn passes in the goddamn playoff game just to say we cool. No, dude, I ain't wearing your damn jersey. You
Right.
played like some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just that's it. It's like you don't have to be nobody's friend because it's
Yeah.
about getting the job done.
That's
He
true.
want to be their friend. He want them to be cool. You want to show us no beef. I want to know it's a beef. You know what I'm saying? Because AJ dropping passes in the most important game of the year for us. You know what I'm saying? So, but all year you crying about getting the ball, right? So, yeah, that's another story.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this real quick, man. You got that free agency. That thing. The thing starts. Well, not free agency, but franchise tag. That starts right before free agency. So I think it starts like the 18th of February to the 4th of March, and then free agency starts. So we got a lot of work to do, man, and we got some pieces that we got to fill. So,
I don't think we need a lot of pieces. I think our problem is coaching.
well, yeah, I mean, but still, when I
Yeah,
say I say pieces,
right.
right? We got some
Yeah,
pieces that we got to
yeah,
make
we do.
decisions on, right? We
Right,
got we
right.
got free agents that we got to figure out if we're going to sign or let them go. And then it's other free agents that are out there from other teams that has become available or will be available, and we have to make a decision on them. So I know that's probably another story for another day, but that shit right around the corner, bro. Everything's happening really, really quick now. Because it seemed like
Right.
we just played in the Super Bowl 6 months ago. That was over a year ago. Or well, February 9th, it'll be a year. But shit, when the Super Bowl started, that's February 8th. So you're talking about a whole year done passed almost. That's crazy how fast the time is moving. So, hey, you know how I go. Shit, you got the combine coming up, then free agency, then the draft, and then boom, OTAs and shit. You right back at it. So
Yeah.
it's gonna go quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, like I always say, my good brother, go Birds.
Go Birds.